Hi guys, I'm going live. For some reason my camera is blurry right now. It's nothing I did. It's nothing wrong with the physical camera. Something's going on with whatever's behind YouTube or whatever. I didn't do anything, but anyway, I'm a little blurry, but we can still do this. Yeah, how you guys doing? I just wanted to comment on some things and just discuss some things and just listen if you want, and it's okay. We're all good. Um, when it's an open secret, therefore not a secret, that the moderator often comments for me. Um, that's true, so I might as well say it. I don't have time for all the comments, and plus they strike me a little harder than they do him, so he's able to handle them with more finesse at times, but then again, sometimes I jump in. So at the very least, it keeps the haters guessing, because is it me, or is it the moderator? Well, we're not saying, but it could be either at any time. So there's that. But then people have suggested that I'm a puppet, or that moderator is my puppet master. Well, actually, the truth is, first of all, he's my friend, and he's not that to me, and I trust him. So there's that. If people don't understand friendship, that's their negative side, not mine. Secondly, I'm the only human in this world that knows my password. And within, like I said in my comment, within a few breaths, I could change my password, lock Matt out of my account, and he would, and I can do this at any time, and Matt would have figuratively no internet connection to me, much less be my puppet master. So there's that. But I trust him, he's my friend, and I don't do that. He's helping me, and I like it. Not only that, it keeps you guys, the haters, guessing, because you don't really know if it's me or him. So whatever. And I don't have time for it all. Matt does have more time than me for that. And there's that. But that's not the main reason for this video. I really wanted to discuss something that is on my mind. And the moderator mentioned something that brought it out even more, and I thought I'd mention it. I want to talk about growing old and losing your innocence and becoming bitter about it, and not only that, but have that be the plan from the get-go for all of us from the time we're born, even before we're born. And it works on almost everybody. Almost. The plan is that it would work on everybody, but I was a fluke and it didn't work on me. But I'd like to explain a little more than just say that and stop. There's something called the investment principle. It's mentioned in Marvin Minsky's book, The Society of Mind. He was a pioneer. He was an MIT professor of artificial intelligence, one of the pioneers in the 80s of artificial intelligence, and he has a book called The Society of Mind that explains how the mind works, so that it can be replicated by an artificial version of it, hence artificial intelligence. And in one of the parts of the book, it's written in little essays. It's not written as a whole necessarily. It's written in like 120 essays or something like that. And one of them is on something called the investment principle. What that basically is that we are programmed by nature, by design, by genetics to care about what we put our time into, because that time is all we have that on this earth. Time is literally the measure of life in a quantitative way. How long did you live? How long this? How did you spend that time? And the people that want us all to be old, bitter, and lack innocence know from the get-go that if they program us from the age that before we're even able to even think about the choices that we're of what we're going to do, what we're doing or not, whether we believe in what we're doing or not, or whether we want to do that or not, they have us go to school and Sunday school, and the parents have already reached the point in their own self and lives where they're already old and bitter, so they pass that on to the kids. The kids aren't old and bitter, but by the time the kids grow up, they're now the bitter old parents that pass it on to their kids, and the cycle repeats. And that's how the people that really govern this world want it to go. They don't want active, alive, fertile, older people. That's the only threat for them. The more they take the innocence out of us, make us old and bitter, control us with first work and church, school and church, and then more school and work, etc. And then once they've damaged us, or once they're done with us, then we just turn right around and do that to the next generation that we call our kids. Well, I think that explains some of the haters I have. I'm not going to go on about it, but I have a feeling some of these haters are people that are old and bitter. And I'm not going to go on about it, but of course they're going to hate someone that didn't fall for it, didn't fall for what has made their life miserable, and has become I didn't become a version of what they have become, and so they're either jealous or bitter or angry at me. I get it. I had a unique upbringing and unique childhood. I'm going to go on about it just a little bit, just to explain a few things, but I'm not going to go, just what I need to say, and then that'll be that. I was adopted at 10 weeks. Hey, what's up?
Hi.
How's it going, man?
How are you? I see you.
I'm doing great.
Hi.
Well, that's good to see you. I'm live on YouTube right now.
Oh, no way. Say
Would
hi.
you like to say hi?
Yeah.
This is my. Say hi to YouTube.
Hey guys, I'm Officer Marion with the Marion Police Department. That's so cool. I see you all the time walking
I'm
around.
live. This is a policeman. Hey, good to see you, sir.
So where do you live?
I live up here.
Everybody on your YouTube
Yeah, right. Yeah, my address, officer.
You're always walking.
I'm always, dude. I'm the healthiest dude I know.
What's your name?
Jimmie.
Nice to
Rex.
meet you.
Jimmie Rex Wiseman Jr. These are my adoptive dad's Navy tags.
Okay.
He was a SEAL.
Yeah, I always see you walking around. Like one of these days, if I see him and I had a chance, I'm gonna stop by and say hi.
Well, it's good to see
and
you.
I had a chance to stop by. So
I live up here. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go into it. It's up a hill. I'll give them that much.
That's cool.
And I own the land too around here. We own the land, therefore they can't tell us take your.
Do you live alone, solo?
I have a wife.
Well, that's good.
And this I shop for her. She doesn't.
Jimmie, right?
Jimmie with an IE.
Always walking.
Well, first of all, it's with an IE.
Jimmie
Yeah.
with an IE.
Yeah.
Why are you
Important.
always walking?
Well.
You're literally.
It's a long. Let me give you the shortest version I can and really tell you something without just not saying anything,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
Okay. I was a math genius growing up. I was a nervous wreck. I went to Harvey Mudd College. It's all in my records. And I was the most stressed out kid that anybody had seen. I was a math genius, but I was so wound up about trying to go to school and be the best and the smartest that I got an ulcer at age 18. And when I went to, like I said, I went to Harvey Mudd, and I had to take a semester off because I couldn't concentrate. The ulcer hurt so bad, I would cry sometimes
Because
it would just hurt so. Yeah, because it was so. The acid went through my stomach because of all the anxiety.
You're so passionate about it.
Yeah. And it turns out I have a version of Asperger's, which is kind of an autism thing.
Yeah, no, I know exactly.
Yeah, and I'm really smart, but I also can't let go of a dang bone. I don't know how to balance things. So I took one semester off. I finished 3 years in good standing, and then I decided I'm going to take a semester off just to heal. And I couldn't believe what happened. The ulcer healed, and I started walking around, and I started doing the opposite of what I did at Harvey Mudd. I started becoming a health dude.
Okay, good.
And and my ulcer went away, and I decided to make it a complete year because it felt weird going back in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
So I ended up quitting for a year, and I never went back because I discovered that those things that were driving me were killing me.
Yeah, no.
And I chose life.
I would choose life over.
I chose life because I had to literally. This is for everyone who's watching.
People. How do you know? I don't
It
have
says
social
8
media.
people. 8 people are watching.
Who are these people?
They're
Friends,
people.
family?
Whatever. No, they're people that are on YouTube that know me and watch.
And that's YouTube.
That's YouTube. I'm shirtless guy on YouTube.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
So
if you Google shirtless guy on YouTube, I'll literally come up.
No way,
That's cool. And so the thing is I took a step back.
Okay.
And I started using everything I'd done before as a model of what not to do.
That's good,
And,
especially.
I became the healthiest dude you're gonna find. And a lot of it's in the mind.
Yeah.
I have Asperger's, so I have to be careful about going down rabbit holes. But I have such low stress.
Jimmie, I think it's all in the mind.
It's
It
in the
really
mind,
is.
dude.
And that's good that you're not going down the rabbit holes because
No.
we get lost.
No, I'm the first guy to go there.
Yeah.
That's one reason I had to get out, and that's one reason I'm me.
So what do you do now?
I'm a YouTube creator for one.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Like financially.
well, I'm telling you.
Okay.
But I don't mean to snap
No,
at you.
you're okay.
This is my dad's Illuminati ring. It's gold. He was in the Illuminati. He was also a Navy SEAL, 6'3", and he was engineering. Very, very good at what he's doing. I went to Harvey Mudd, and I still wouldn't have even. I wasn't even sure.
Harvey Mudd?
Harvey Mudd College. It's a Claremont College.
Okay.
Claremont College. And when he left me everything when he died. But he divided it up in monthly terms so that I wouldn't blow it or hurt myself hurt.
Yeah.
And he gave me enough that I.
That's good.
But it's not enough anymore, dude. Everything goes up, and you know how many bills they throw at me. You know how much it costs to run this house. And now my YouTube channel's kicking in, and I'm gonna. This might be what saves my
I
house.
hope this doesn't kick you off YouTube because you're saying hi to a police officer.
No, you're good, dude.
Okay, good.
You're good, dude.
Cool, man.
Now let me just. Can I say another thing to you? He beat me up a lot. Okay,
Your dad.
my adoptive dad.
Been there. Yeah.
You know, and you know, he didn't play around.
Yeah.
I mean, you got him for a dad. I mean, you're not gonna be. Just let that be said.
You said he was a SEAL, right?
You SEAL.
I could only
But I learned some things from him. I learned respect for my elders, for one thing. I never thought I'm the cocky kid. I run this world. I never thought that. I didn't have a chance.
We're all on borrowed time.
Yeah. And I respect authority.
That's good.
And authority figures. And I call things as I see them, and I don't pull punches, and I'm a good dude. I'm not a jerk.
I'm so stoked to actually finally
Yeah.
meet you.
Well, thank you.
I've been seeing you for years.
Yeah.
You've always been busy. And
Yeah,
you're
always
just
been
right
busy.
here, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Stop by town.
And I'm just trying to get my thank you. I'm just trying to get my thought together to explain this well too. Let me just get my thought here. I appreciate it, sir. Anyway, learning that from him, it helped me be the person I am today. It wasn't just that he gave me money to get by, eke out an existence, but he helped me have integrity. And when I see a person like you, I don't pull punches with you. I respect you because I know he taught me, and don't take this the wrong way, but I respect the guy with the gun because he has the gun. Well, I'm not saying you're the guy. I'm not saying you're that guy. But it goes to show that I'm not a jerk in front of authorities. I'm just not. And I'm very transparent. And one more thing about him that was good. You want to know what that was? Yeah. What era do you think I grew up in?
I'm going to say you're probably...
No, don't even answer. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
The 80s.
80s, okay.
And everybody was doing drugs. Yeah. And do you know what? Until a few times with my wife having like, what do you call it? Christmas Eve party, and I'll have like that much champagne or something. Yeah. But that only after I've been married, and I wasn't married until I was 40. Okay. Or so. I think that was a year. I think it was 40. But I never touched drink, never touched a cigarette, and never touched a drug. Until and to this day, just I smoked a pack of cigarettes in my life. Yeah. And I've had enough champagne to maybe fill a bottle or two. Yeah. And dude, that's it. And I got a lot of that from him because the kids that grew up with nice dads, I knew them right down the street. Yeah. Before I even came home from college to take a break, they were already in acid overdose hospitals.
Sorry, someone's calling.
You get that, right? Okay, go ahead.
I better have.
Okay.
Hey, can you hear me? I'm talking to someone right now. All right, love you. My better half calling.
Well, yeah, there you go. Thank you. They were already in acid hospital.
Oh, yeah, no,
they already, and they had nice dads. And my dad, he wouldn't have tolerated that. Yep. And that's a lot of the reason I still have my mind together, dude. It's because I never did that. No. And I have enough problems just with my Aspie and stress of life. But because of the fact that he just didn't tolerate that, it wouldn't even have been an option.
We need more dads like that.
Yeah, we need more dads like that, dude. Do you get that? You get that, right?
100%, Jimmie.
I mean, He died of Lou Gehrig's disease, dude.
Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah,
ALS.
And you know what kind of man he was? Can I give you just a tidbit? I'd call him. He had ALS. I mean, I've heard it said on movies, I hope you die of ALS. It's like what you wish on your. And I would call him once or twice a week just to chat about my music or whatever. Before I had YouTube, it wasn't no YouTube, and at least I wasn't on it. It was very early, and let me give you a typical conversation. This is the kind of person he was. He's dying of ALS. I go to him and I go, "Hi, Dad, how you doing?" And he says back to me, "What does a Navy SEAL 6'3" dying of ALS say?" No, how are you doing? He'd make it about me. That's the kind of man he was, dude.
Hey, Jimmie, they don't make them like that.
They don't make them like that, dude.
And that's why we need to stand up.
That's right. And
So cool.
and I stand up for what I believe in, and what I call things as I see them, and I don't pull punches. And if I see any problems on my route of my walking,
Yeah.
I basically have a photographic memory. I can get a license plate before if I get a good look at it.
Yeah.
I'll get it before they drive down. And I'll tell you what happened. I won't pull punches. And the funny thing is, nothing happens around me.
Hey,
Nobody does anything.
That's okay.
I don't have anything to report.
They
don't. If I see trouble or anything else, I'll be the first person, man. I thank you for what you do for society. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, next time I see you in person,
Yeah, please. You know what I do, and don't take it the wrong way, but this means love to me. It's rock and roll, but it means this is actually love in Hawaii, but this is actually rock and roll, and I do that just to say love you. Have a great rest of your day.
When I cruise by, I'm gonna do that.
That would be awesome.
All right, Jimmie.
And please take my good energy.
Hey, I will.
I wish you the best. Have a great rest. And if your wife would have wanted to pick with me, I wouldn't have said no. But I didn't interject, did I?
It's okay.
I don't. I know my place, don't I?
I had to answer too.
My dad. Yeah, you did too.
Right,
You did
yeah.
what you had to do too. Okay, when you're growing up with a dad like that,
Yeah.
I literally thought that I was evil in some other life to deserve it. But when I grew up, I realized that I was blessed and I was protected and I had the dad I needed.
And that's why we're still here.
That's why we're still here.
All right, Jimmie,
Have a
take
good
it
rest of your
easy.
day. Thank you so much.
Nice
You
to
too.
meet you.
Bye-bye. You too. Thank you. What? Can I get your name?
Aaron.
Marin?
Yes.
Our Marin. Okay. Nice to meet you, Marin.
Nice to
Good
meet
to
you.
see
If you
you.
ever see me on the bike, I'm the only one like this.
That's your look?
Everybody else wears glasses. I
That is so cool. You want to see mine?
just do this. Now, what do you got?
Let me show you what I have. They're not exactly
I've
like.
seen 'em, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's my dude.
Yeah.
You like them?
That's you.
Good to
brother.
see you. Good to see you.
All right,
Have a good
brother.
rest of your day, Marin. Good to see you. So yeah, guys, that was a policeman, nice guy, and we just talked for a little bit. I just let the live, feed roll. So very good. Anyway, I was just talking about the way they plan. They life is time, and the people that really run this world. And plus, with the investment principle, they know that if they get us if they doctrinate us before we'll even have a chance to defend ourselves, they can turn us into what they want. And then, because we believe in what we do at that point, we turn our kids into the same thing, and it just repeats cycle and cycle. And I didn't do that. I believe I had some help in that might not have been from this earth, but that's all I can want to say right now. I'm not. I took a walk when I was 13 and basically figured out my life. And with what I figured out, I basically kept most of the innocence I had at that age pretty much intact. And so I looked around at the adults that were around me when I was growing up, and I didn't want to be anything like them. And for some reason it worked, and I didn't. And I'm very blessed at that. And all I really mean with my channel and my energy is to help give love to the world, and just show them my example, and it works for me. I'm happy, and maybe I'm here for a reason. I don't know. I'm not that person that would know, am I? But I mean, it's been said, I'm too young to know everything. That implies that we're born in this world very wise. And it's not until they have 18 or 19 years on to do what they want with us that we lose that. And I'm grateful that I kept a lot of mine intact, but I'm not but I'm not selfish with with it. I really just want to give love to the world. So and I'm going to give an example of that. Tommy Lee, the drummer for Motley Crue, said in Behind the Music in like the early 2000s, his kid was like 5 years old, and he said about his kid, he said, to my kid, that sandbox is God. And then he laughed and said, it'd be nice if we could stay that way. And he's right, it would be. And most people lose it, and when they get older, they lose their innocence, and then they turn that in on their kids, but making them lose theirs too in time. And then they get even sideways. They persecute people that didn't turn into them, and such as perhaps myself. And when I took that walk at age 13, I figured out a lot of things, and it basically that became the pattern for my life, and I didn't deviate from it a whole lot, if any. And what I said to the officer is a way to put it too. You guys all heard that because I kept the life rolling. I didn't shut it off. I can go on sometime about what I figured out at age 13. I don't really think I have the time to right now. I'm not sure I want to go on about it right now, but please have a great night, guys. I love you. I love you guys all. Peace, love, rock and roll. Love you guys.